This is a part 1 of first chapter of class 11 sets. In this chapter we are going to discuss what is set, then we are going to see the different types of sets. First, what is sets? It is a well-defined collection of objects, and these objects are generally called as elements. And here the set is defined by a capital letter of alphabets, that is capital A, capital B, capital C, and the elements of these sets are defined by a small are shown by small letters, that is small x, A, B, C, like that. So it is a collection of well defined objects. It is represented by capital letter A, B, C, etc. Elements of sets are represented by small letters. Example: X, A, B, C, and so on. And now the elements of these elements of this set are represented like this. X belongs to capital A. That means X is the element of the set A. Similarly, B belongs to capital B. That means small b is an element and capital B is a set. And this symbol represent belongs. That means it will be included in capital A. Similarly, if I write like this, that means does not belong. So these are the representations of belong and does not belong. Now coming to the next topic, that all objects of sets are having they have the same type of properties. They have a common properties of all the elements. That's why we place them in a one group, that is called sets. Coming to the next point of set, that is representation of set. The set can be represented in two ways. That is, first is the tabular form or roster form. The second method of representing the set is set builder form. Now coming to the first form, that is tabular form. It is also called as roster form. When we denote the elements of a set in just a general way, that is, suppose I write set A equal to, starting from curly braces, I write all the elements of this set. Then this type of set is called roster form. Now there is no definition in this set. Directly we just write down all the elements. These are the elements of the set, and we have written these elements under the curly braces. Now if I write, the second form is set builder form. In set builder form, we just denote the set like this. We will put a curly braces, then we will represent each element by a small alphabet, that is X or A, B, C, like that, then followed by a colon. Then we will just give the nature of X, that is what is the property of X. X is starting from, first X belongs to integer values, so I can write X belongs to I, and the range of X is, it is starting from 2 and ending with 8. So x is greater than equal to 2 and less than 8. So this part is called the definition of this set, and this is the representation of elements. So each of the element is represented by x, where x is an integer and integers are starting from this. The same set is represented in set builder form in this way. So this is our set builder form and roster form. Coming to our next topic, that is type of sets. There are different types of set. First, we will start with a finite and infinite set. A set, if it has a specific number of elements, if a set is having a specific number of elements, it will be called as finite set. If the number of elements is not defined or it is unlimited, if the number of elements in a set is unlimited, it will be called as infinite set. Suppose if I take set A equal to 2, 3, 4, then there are only 4 elements and you can easily judge what are the elements. So it is a finite set. This is an example of finite set. If you have an element, suppose it contains a set of rational numbers. Then there are lot of rational numbers. You cannot tell how many rational numbers are there. So it contains infinite number of rational numbers. So it is an infinite set. One more example, we can also represent like this. If we start for natural number 1, 2, 3, then dot dot dot, that means it is continuing the elements. So you can say that this is a set of natural numbers starting from 1, 2 and 3 like this. So these are the example. These two are the example of infinite set. So you can easily see that the number of elements are there. So a term is related with the finite set, that is cardinal number. That is cardinal number. This is a number which shows how many elements are there in a set. Suppose there is a set A equal to 3, 6, 7, 8. Then the cardinal number of A will be, there are 4 elements, so it is 4. The cardinal number shows the number of elements in a set. Next type of set is equivalent sets. The two sets are called as equivalent set if the number of elements in two sets are equal. Suppose set A equal to 1, 2, 4, set B equal to 3, 7, 8. Though the two sets A and B are not equal, but their number of elements are equal. You can see that number of elements in both the sets are equal. So you can say that A and B are equivalent set. A and B are equivalent sets. Coming to the next type of set, that is equal set. Next type of set is equal set. In this type of set, all the elements are same. The elements of two sets are exactly same in each other. So if A equal to 1, 2, 3 and B is also having the same element 1, 2, 3, then you can say that A equal to B. So A and B are equal set. This is our third set. Now coming to the next set, that is next set is null set. It is also called as empty set. Now in empty set, if there is a set which do not contain any element, if there is a set which do not contain any element, this is also called as phi, and it will be called as null set or empty set. So if A equal to phi, then you can say that set is empty set. Phi is the representation for a null set. Coming to our next set, that is fifth set. Our fifth set is singleton set. If a set has only one element, then that type of set is called singleton set. If A equal to, suppose 3, there is only one element, so you can say that A is a singleton set. You can take one more example. B equal to 3, it is also singleton set. But if you take an empty set, it is not a singleton set because it has 0 elements. Sixth type of set, that is pair set. If a set has 2 elements or they have elements in pair, then you can say as that is a pair set. Suppose A equal to 2, 3 or B equal to 6, 4. These two sets are pair sets because they are having only 2 elements. Now coming to the next concept, that is subset, superset and proper subset. Okay, what is subset? Suppose we are having one element, one set, that is 3, 6, 4, 1, 8. Suppose this is a set. Remember, the set will not repeat its element. We cannot write the 6 2 times. We cannot write like this 6 2 times. Only it will be written one time. So suppose A is a set and we have one more set which contains some of the elements of A. Suppose I take 4, 6. Then you can say that B is a subset of A because this set is formed by taking elements of A. But if there is a set C like this 4, 6, 10, then you can see that 2 elements are from this set A, but one element is different which is not present in set A. So this will be not a subset of A. Now how you represent the subset? We use the symbol like this. We can show that B is a subset of A. This is the representation for subset. Because B is a subset of A, we can represent like this. B is a subset of A. But C is not a subset of A, so we will represent like this. Putting this and putting a cross across it. So C is not a subset of A. So these are the representation of subsets. Now what is superset? A superset is a set. This is a superset for B. That is, the set B is obtained from set A. So the set by which other sets are formed, the set by which other sets are formed are called superset of other sets. So A is a superset. We can form more subsets of this. Suppose D equal to 3, 6, 1. This is also a subset of 3, 6, 1 are present in A. So D is also a subset of A. And A will be the superset of B and D. Although A is not a superset of C. Now coming to the next proper subset. A set A is called as proper subset of B if all the elements of A are contained in set B. So you can say that all the elements of A should be in the set B also, but there should be at least one element. There should be at least one element in B which should not be in A. So a set A is called as proper subset of B if first all elements of A should be present in B. There should be at least one element in B, that is superset. There should be at least one element in superset B which is not present in A. Now let us take one example. Suppose set B is a superset which is 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and set A is equal to 3, 6, 7. Now you can see that all the elements of A are present in B, 3, 6, 7. So, but there is at least one element in B which is not present in A. So 2 and 8 is not present in A. So you can say that A is a proper subset of B. So proper subset, for proper subset we use this sign. And if suppose there is a set, another set C which contains all the elements of Suppose there is a set C which contains all the elements of set B like this, then you can say that C is a improper subset of B, because sometimes it is equal also. Here you can see all the elements are present in this also. You can also say that C is equal to B. Now here C is equal to B, but C will be called also as a subset of B. C can be also called as a subset of B because all the elements of C are present in B also. So C can be formed from B. Similarly, B is also the subset of C because B can be also obtained from C. All the elements of B are present in C also. So you can say that each are proper subset of each other. In such a case, if this condition arises, C is a subset of improper subset of B and B is improper subset of C, then you can say that B equal to C. This is a very important concept by which you are going to learn other types of sets also. Now coming to power subset. Our next subset is power subset. Suppose there is a set A 1, 2, 3. Now we make a power subset from set A. What is power subset? It is a set of set. Power subset is a set of set. Now what happens? We can make all the possible subset of A. We can make many subsets of A. That is, suppose I can make one of the set. Suppose B equal to empty set. If I do not take any element, it can be obtained from this also. Second set, suppose C, I can take one element 1. Next, more subset can be found if I take only 2. Another set can be found if I take only 3. Now I start taking two elements. Now next set F can be formed like this 1, 2. G can be formed like this, 2, 3. Now I have taken two elements, 1, 3 I can take. So all the possible two types of elements I have taken. The last set which I can obtain from 3 elements, that is this. So this is actually a improper subset of A. We have obtained all the possible subsets. We have obtained all the possible subsets from a set A. Now, if I take all these sets, as an element of a new set, if I take all these sets as the elements of new set, remember we were taking element as a small letter A, B, C, but this time we are going to take elements as a set. So if I form a set which contains all the possible subsets, that is a set which contains all the possible subsets, that is 5, then 1, then 2, 3, then 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1. So I have taken two elements. Last, I will take all the 3 elements. So you can see that I have taken all the possible subsets in a single curly braces, that is I have made a new set. And this type of set which contains the subset of a given set, it is called power set of the given set. So power set of A is equal to set of all the possible subsets of set A. So this is a power set. Now what will be the cardinal number of this power set? The cardinal number of this power set, you can count this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 elements. You cannot say that these are not elements. These are the elements of subset, but it is not a 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These are the elements of subsets, but it is not the element of power set. So elements are this. This whole curly braces are counted as 1, 1. So total number of elements, you can see that it is 8, and you can also find by a formula, that is there are 3 elements in the set. You can write 2 की power n, where n is the number of elements. In set A. So you can use this formula 2 की power n, and you can find the number of elements in a power set. So the cardinal number of a power set can be obtained by this formula 2 की power n, where n is the number of elements. So this is the topic which we have to discuss today. In our next topic, we will be discussing some more types of operations on the sets. So bye bye for now.